Welcome guys back to another video in the channel. Today we're doing the match preview and predicted lineup for the FA Cup final, which is Arsenal versus Chelsea. This is going to be an exciting way to end the season as Arsenal have a chance to lift a trophy, and it will be huge for Mikel Arteta or Frank Lampard to be able to lift the trophy in their first full season for Lampard, and not even Arteta's first season. You know, he's only been here for around half a season and he's made such an impact when he has come to Arsenal. And a cup final, we won it in 2017. We were the underdogs going into it. We're sort of the underdogs going into it again. I think for me, this is a 50-50. Whoever turns up on the day will win the game. I think that's how it will go. I think Arsenal, in terms of an Arsenal perspective, because this is where this preview is coming from, it's from an Arsenal perspective. I really want Arsenal to win this because, if we want to persuade the likes of Thomas Partey, if we want to persuade the likes of Philippe Coutinho, we need to show ambition. And the way we're going to show ambition is if we go out there, win the FA Cup final against a Chelsea team who have qualified for the Champions League, finished fourth, and themselves are showing ambition with the signings they're making with the likes of Ziyech and Werner and Havertz probably, and the other signings they're looking at. And for Arsenal, it shows ambition, winning an FA Cup final. It's such a huge day. I'm so excited for it as well. Come on, I really want us to win this, and it will be so big, so big in terms of going forward, trying to give us a financial game to try and persuade players like Philippe Coutinho to try and join the club, because he is considering the move and he is stalling on it. I think what he's stalling on is the fact that if Arsenal win the FA Cup, he may be able to join. It shows a reason for him to join, it shows ambition for him to join, and Arsenal are the kings of this competition. We've won it a record 13 times and we could make it a record 14 times, and for Aubameyang to stay as well, for him to lift a trophy, as captain of Arsenal Football Club, he wants to lift trophy this club, and lifting the trophy, I know it's not with the fans, but lifting it with his team could help him stay at Arsenal and sign that contract. It would be very good if he signs the contract before the final. I don't think it will happen. He could sign the contract after the final. We'll just have to see how it goes. I do think if we win the final, he'll stay. If we don't, he could go, but apparently reports are saying that he does want to go abroad to Barcelona or Inter Milan, and we'll have to see what happens with that. But in terms of the FA Cup final, Chelsea aren't an easy team. They have been very good this season. I'm pretty sure the likes of Kante are injured, and it will be quite a big factor in terms of with Chelsea, trying to win this game, because they have a few good players, and Chelsea going into this, they have a similar squad what they did against Baku, which we lost 4-1. I think we have a better team than we did against Baku when we played them in Baku. Again, Olivier Giroud will be wanting to get revenge over us. I'm pretty sure he did play in the 2017 final against Chelsea. He set up Ramsey's goal, I'm pretty sure, in the second half, and I do think we have the possibility of winning this game. Arteta needs to pull out another masterclass if we do want to win this game. It will be very, very crucial for us. So with that, let's get straight into the team news for the game. Obviously, Callum Chambers will be out of this game with an ACL. Pablo Mari will also be out of this game with the knee injury. But Leno has been moderately training. He is now participating in outside running and ball drills. He is back in training this week, but Martinez has already been confirmed as the goalkeeper for the final. Gabriel Martinelli is out for the rest of the year, so he won't be available. Lastly, Shkodran Mustafi, he will be out for the final after sustaining an injury against, I believe it was Man City. Who was it? I can't remember who he got injured against. I think he was against Manchester City who got injured, which is very unlucky for him because he's someone who also missed the 2017 final because of concussion. So I feel actually really bad for him. But we'll get straight into the predicted lineup now. Starting off in goal, Emi Martinez. Now for Emi Martinez, he has been so good this season, and Bernd Leno is back in training, but I don't expect him to start in the final, only for the simple reason that I think Emi Martinez, Mikel Arteta has already confirmed in a press conference that Emi Martinez will start in the final, so that's pretty obvious for me, Emi Martinez. I'm going to stick with a 3-4-3, and starting off in the back three, I'm going to go with David Luiz, Rob Holding and Kieran Tierney on the left hand side. I do think Holding will come into the side because he's the only other centre back that's been playing other than Shkodran Mustafi, and he did also play in the 2017 final, and he also played really well. So I think Mikel Arteta would look at that and say that Rob Holding already has the experience of playing in a final, and it was quite recent. He played it alongside, I'm pretty sure, it was Per Mertesacker, and he did very well. And obviously Mertesacker is an experienced player, and I think Holding next to an experienced David Luiz could really help. And and I do think David Luiz will play on the in the centre of that, and I think Rob Holding will play on the right of the centre backs. Kieran Tierney I'm going to put on the left hand side because I think he's very solid defensively, and I do think I don't want Kolasinac anywhere near the side. And Kieran Tierney again, As I said, his decision making is very good. He's a very smart, intelligent player, and I do think he can lead us to glory in this final, and it'll be very good for him to win a title. And I think because of his grudge, his leadership in the side, and I think he will spur us on to win this game. He'll know what it means. We are going to go into the wing backs now. First, on the left wing back, I'm going to go Bukayo Saka, and on the right hand side, I'm going to go with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. First of all, for Bukayo Saka. Now, Bukayo Saka for me has been very good going forward, and I think why I wouldn't put Ainsley Maitland-Niles there, because Ainsley Maitland-Niles did play on the left wing back role against Man City, but the problem with that is he can't cross, but we need someone who can cross the ball from the left hand side, and I think Bukayo Saka does that really well, and I think he's defensively quite good as well, so I think he can cover on the left hand side. He will have a big job, especially against the likes of Willian or Pedro, whoever plays there, but I think Saka is good enough. He is quite pacey, so I think he can keep up with the likes of Willian, so that's why I'm going to put Saka there. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, he's very impressive against Manchester City. I think he needs to play in this game as well. He did play right wing back, I'm pretty sure. Did he play? I think he played left wing back against Watford, but I would rather have him on that right hand side, only because I think he can cross much better. That can be utilised to his full effect, and I think he can defend really well, and he'll be having a tough job against the likes of Christian Pulisic, and I don't want Bellerin or obviously Cedric's cup tied, but Bellerin, Pulisic is going to just race past Bellerin, so I really want Maitland-Niles on the right hand side. So that is the wing back, Saka and Maitland-Niles. In the two DM roles, I'm going to go with Xhaka, Ceballos. This is pretty obvious. I'm pretty sure Xhaka didn't play, or Ceballos. I can't remember who didn't play against Watford, but one of them was dropped. And I do think they'll both come back into the side for this game against Chelsea in the final. They have been our best two DMs, and I think Ceballos is set to have another loan deal at Arsenal, and I think his permanent future is with Arsenal. And again, alongside Xhaka, he has been superb, and I think I can't wait to him continue and hopefully win a cup, with Arsenal, and I think he really deserves it. I think he is quite playing deep at times, but if we do get out of that back three and go into a back four next season, I think Ceballos can push further forward and play more of an attacking role, more of like a Cam sort of role, be more creative, because right now his creativeness is not being used to full effect, and I'd really like to see that going into next season. But for now, I'm going to go with Xhaka and Ceballos in that DM role. I'm going to moving into the front three now. This is the same front three that started against Watford, and that is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alexandre Lacazette, and Nicolas Pepe. Now, these three, we need that experience in the side, because Pepe, for me, he's not played very well in the last few games, but he's that guy, it doesn't matter how poor a game he's having, he can have a big moment in big times, West Ham away, Brighton away as well. So I think Pepe, I really have high hopes for him in this game, and hopefully he can turn up in this game. And up against the left backs aren't really that good. It's Marcos Alonso or whoever else they have. I don't actually know who they have in their left back. Emerson, is he still there? I don't even know for Chelsea. But I think I really fancy Pepe down the right hand side, and I do think he needs to play there. Lacazette down the middle, he has been in very good form recently, and he has been playing quite well, and I think his hold-up play, especially dropping quite deep into that midfield to try and help Lacazette, Xhaka and Ceballos, it will be quite helpful for Arsenal. And obviously Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on the left-hand side, he is so key. He did play the whole game against Watford, but I do expect him to come back for this game against Chelsea, and hopefully he can captain the side to a FA Cup final win. And that wraps up our predicted lineup. Just quickly going over it again, it was Emi Martinez, Rob Holding, Kieran Tierney, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Xhaka, Ceballos, Saka, and the front three is Pepe, Lacazette and Aubameyang. This is a very interesting game, as I said before, and both teams would be up for it in my opinion, and again, it'll be very interesting to see what happens. It's Chelsea on their day, they can be so good, especially when they beat Man City, but Chelsea on their day, they can be really poor, losing 3-0 Sheffield United. It's the same with Arsenal as well, because we can be so good beating Liverpool, beating Man City, defending really well, taking our chances, and then we can be so poor like we were against Watford, against Aston Villa. So again, we don't know what side of Arsenal we're going to see, and we don't know what side of the likes of David Luiz we're going to see, because he can make stupid mistakes, or he can be like Maldini or Krusty the Clown. I've said this in my I've said this before, he can be so unpredictable at times, and we'll just have to see what happens. But overall, this should be a very exciting end to the season, and a cup finals at stake, a European place at Arsenal is for stake, and that does wrap up the preview and predicted lineup for this game against Chelsea in the FA Cup final. Let's see who win. I'm not going to do a predicted score because I can't predict this. I really can't predict this. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.